Good morning, Railer Nation, on this fantastic Saturday morning. It's a victorious Saturday morning. Lincoln Railers come home with a sectional championship title. We've got Coach Alexander with us tonight. Coach, the redemption tour is over. Our Lincoln's last three losses came to Glenwood, obviously last year in the sectional championship, and then Lanphier and Champaign Central this year. Check all three of those off, and Lincoln's moving on to the super sectional in Springfield Tuesday night. Great crowd last night, Coach. I don't know what else to say. It's like a broken record around here. Defense last night I thought was just amazing. Our kids were swarming the ball. Seems like we had two or three guys on ball at all time, and first half our offense wasn't really hitting the shots, but our defense, created some offense, and I tell you, just an overall great game by the kids.
Well, the first half we ended up being up 18-17 at the halftime, and I thought we played pretty well the first half. We just missed a bunch of layups, and you get into games like that, you get a little bit tight and things, and these guys relaxed the second half, and we had a good discussion at halftime, and they came out and they played the way that they basically played, but we made our shots and we made our layups, and you said it, our kids really defended, and that's one thing I'm proud about these kids, because if you take and look at them, they're not very quick. They're good basketball players, and we get out and we cover people, and they're working hard right now. And I've said this earlier in the week, these kids had a lot of goals set for themselves, and they've reached every one except one, and it's getting closer. So it was 18-17 at half last night, and they hit a three maybe 2 minutes into this third quarter, and that was their last points until about 3 minutes left in the game. And I think we had a 19-0 run, which our guys, a lot of those came from the defensive end. Our defense scored some points for us last night.
Just as you talk about the game, we jumped out to what, an 8-point lead, 8-point lead early,
7-2. Yeah. And then we missed a couple layups, and it went from possibly being, and here's where, you hear me talk about one little thing changing the complexity of a game. We missed those two layups. It should have been 11-2. Instead, we miss them, and they go down and hit 2 shots, 3 shots, and it ends up being 9-7 at the quarter.
I would say, I want to go back and say, we were trailing at the end of the first quarter.
And it's just those little things in a game that just makes the game change so much, and that momentum goes back and forth. But, Scott said it earlier when he first came on that, our crowd was outstanding last night, our fans and things, and that they will our kids to win, and I really, really have faith in them that that will be the difference. Tuesday night will be our crowd compared to what Cahokia will bring, and our guys. I'm prejudiced, but they deserve the whole town of Lincoln to be there to support this group of kids, because
you may have that.
In 38 years, this is the best team that I've had, where they work together. They're unselfish. They don't care. They got one goal. All of them has one goal, and that is that we have more points at the end of the game than our opponent. It's the only goal that they have, and they don't care how we get it done. And that's a special team, because just humans in general, they're selfish and they want their things. They want to do everything, and they want to be the leading scorer and things, but not this group. Last night it was Max Cook's turn, and I'll tell you what, Max Cook played an outstanding game. I had to get him off the floor. I thought he's going a little crazy out there towards the end of the game last night.
And you can tell it in your expression last night, Coach, just by how much you appreciate this team. You had a smile on your face and going crazy.
Last time, the lottery.
The last time I saw that smile on his face when he found out I was going to be a son-in-law. So
wait a minute, hey, we may have to go off the air for a few seconds.
If you ever watch the coaches on the sideline, they're never satisfied. They're always looking to push, the kids. to get better, because once you get satisfied and complacent, that's when you don't get any better. But last night, it's kind of just like a relief. You know, you saw all the coaches smiling, high-fiving, giving the kids a hug, and that's what it's all about right there. And it was fun. It was fun to be part of, and let's keep this bus a-rolling.
Well, as we talk about the crowd, I was going to go back a minute. You know, we throw these players' names around and we talk about them, but I know that Hemingway leads that crowd up there.
Oh, wow.
And I think last night, our crowd had good competition. Champaign brought a bunch of people, and there was a little competition going there.
Just for
and
a
you know
little
what?
while.
We wore them down, and by the end of it, the Champaign crowd was laying around over there. The Lincoln crowd was still
The score
going.
didn't have anything to do with it, though, did it?
Well, our student section is just phenomenal. And I think it's going to be even bigger Tuesday, because Mattoon, it's about an hour-and-a-half drive, and it's not an easy drive. It's mostly 2 lanes. So Springfield, just a little 30-minute drive, and, you know. Be even bigger, a lot more room, a lot more tickets to be sold. How many did we sell out?
We sold all our allotment for yesterday, last night's game. But, you know, I think we have 1,000 tickets. I'm not even sure about ticket sales. I haven't seen anybody on that. I think Scott's got it there. But,
Sam Knox take care of all
Well,
of it.
but you know, regardless if we run out of tickets here, that the place down there holds about 8,000. So
We get half a town.
and it's all general admission. It's not reserved seating or anything. So, you know, I
Go early.
Go. The reason you go early is because the line to the ticket. You know, if you get there at 6:55, you're going to miss half the game.
Sure.
You know, for some reason, and this is things that really is a little pet peeves of mine, is you got a big event like that going on, and they'll have one ticket booth open.
What cuts
You'll
the
have one
cost?
person selling tickets.
Well, you know who we got to get a hold of that is John Oak's son. He's running that place.
You
Let's get a
take
hold
care
of
of
him.
that. You're on top of that one.
We'll get a hold of him.
All right.
Hey, I want to say that. I want to say one thing. You're absolutely right. I think Max Cook took over the game in the second half. How many times did he come down that lane, make a pass, get a layup? He took the game over. I kind of want to go back and ask you, what did you say at halftime? Because when we came out to start the third quarter, we got the big steal. I think Max had the steal, went down the lane, laid it up, and we were a different ball club. We took over in the third quarter.
You know, I can't give you my secrets.
Come on. This late in the year.
Well, we're also on radio, too, and we don't have a bleep button.
You know,
you
I
bleep
still
it out.
I still have the passion. I still have a burning. My gut burns and things. I just can't physically do it. But boy, do I want to win. And, you know, I just, you know, we get them pumped up at half.
What was when you went to halftime,
Well,
what was the
what-
thing you thought you needed to do?
We missed a layup.
You weren't
Well, that
happy.
was it.
You weren't happy going into half.
But you had
Not
the
at
shots.
all.
They just didn't
Not
go
at
down.
all. We had good shots, but we didn't close the half. We had an 8-point lead. We had possession. The possession to start the second half was big because it was their ball. So we wanted to make sure we got the last shot. Instead, we get a silly foul. Then we go down and we give a putback at the end of the quarter. And instead of being up 20, there's another point on your little points of changes. It went from 18 to 15 when we had the ball under a minute, holding for one. We get an offensive foul. So we lose possession there. That could have been a 3-pointer, 2 to 3 points there. And then you go back down the other end and you don't get a stop down there. And they scored 2 on that one. So, you know, that could have been a 5-point swing. So instead of being 22 to 15, now it's 18 to 17. And, you know, it was a big play. And little things like that, really. You have to be able to finish quarters. You got to know your possession arrow, you know. Because you can have the ball at the end of a quarter. You can go for one shot, you hit a 3, and if it's your possession to start the next quarter and hit a 3, that's a 6-point swing right there. And those little things are important. And you know, we didn't finish it at the halftime last night, and that's what really threw the gas on the fire.
Well, your halftime speech was obviously better than Coach McLean's. Our kids came back out ready to go.
Yeah,
and
right
his-
from the
his
get-go.
did-
We
yeah,
hit
it
a
did.
3, steal, and, you know, Max Cook willed it. I mean, he was just.
Well, Max made a steal there in the first, right there at the
Right at the
timeline,
beginning,
and they had possession, and that's the thing that we were worried about. They didn't get their 2 points, so there's another swing in the game. We get 2 points out of their possession, which they lost a chance to get 2 or 3, and we gained by scoring 2. So it's all about those swings in the game.
And that's another thing I think some of the fans don't understand, where there's a minute left in a quarter and you're holding for one shot. Well, if you look over that possession arrow, and if it's facing Lincoln, you get the last shot of the third quarter, and you get the ball starting the fourth. That's a 4 to 6 point advantage. So, some people say, well, just why aren't you going aggressive to that? You're risking a turnover by running the clock out, but it's all about possessions, especially late in the game.
But our kids are good with the ball.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
Absolutely.
we're only averaging about 6 turnovers per game. I mean, in 35 games, 6 turnovers a game. That's an amazing feat.
That is an amazing stat.
The kids take care of the ball. Again, they play together, so they know when they make their cuts, they're going to be open. They're going to get the ball. They swing the ball to each other. They know that they're going to get it. So, we had a couple times last night. One of our rules is never stop a backdoor cut. We stopped one, and there was a turnover. And that's what happens. If he wouldn't have stopped this guy. I think it was.
Well, there was one.
There was one where we had it was almost a double cut, and the turnover came because I think it was maybe Gavin that was making the cut stop because he saw Max, and that's going to happen in a motion offense like we run. But 6 turnovers, that's
pretty good,
especially
playing against that type of pressure.
There again, your 6 turnovers. Every turnovers could be from a 4 to a 6 point play.
Sure. And that's one thing about Lincoln is that how well we handle the ball, how well we shoot, and how well we play defense. I mean, it's all the fundamental things that you always talk about. There they are, helping us win ball games.
These kids
and then your halftime speech.
Yeah.
Well, let's go over some ticket information here real quick, and then we'll look forward we'll get some info for Tuesday's game if Coach has any. I'm sure he's already watched some game tape. But Lincoln will be playing Cahokia Tuesday, March 18th at the Prairie Capital Convention Center. Game time 7 o'clock. I'm sure the doors open, about 5:30, you think?
And 5:36, I had somewhere in there.
Okay.
And that's another thing. They don't start selling tickets until the doors open. I mean, you could stay in the lobby, sell tickets, and have those people in. But
I'm calling Brian Oaks.
You take care of that.
We'll get that
ticket prices bump up from $5 to $8 for everyone. Seats are general admission. Tickets will go on sale Monday, March 17th from 9 a.m. until 6 p.m. in the main office. If you have any questions, call Pat Zerkammer, 732-4131, extension 226, or send her an email at pzerkammer@lch.k12.il.us.
Call
because if you can remember all that,
I can remember.
Well, because just got to change the first part of that. Lincoln played Cahokia in our Thanksgiving tournament back in November. What was it? November 30th. It was a Saturday morning game.
Nope, Saturday night.
Saturday night.
It was a championship game.
Well, they got it backwards here. No, they don't. Okay, that's right. But a 49-38 win. I'm sure both teams are a lot better than then because it was only about the 5th game into the season. What kind of team does Cahokia have, and how do they compare to let's say a Lanphier or a Champaign Central?
Well, they play wild. That's the way they play. That's their game style. They're going to run and jump. They're going to zone trap you. They've got great size. They're 6'10", 6'7", 6'4". They've got 2 Division I players. The Reeves kid, the point guard, 6'4", is going to Drake. And the Austin kid is going to UMKC, University of Missouri, Kansas City. So they have 2 Division I players, and I think they've got a sophomore that's probably going to be a Division I player. So they're loaded with talent. And, the thing that they have is they tasted it last year, the trip to Champaign, and they were runner-ups last year. So they have a taste of it. They played a lot of big games. We know what what they do to us. We got a great scouting report on them. We got our game tape, which there's nothing better than to see what people do to you, your own team, when you have that. So that'll be a tape that we'll really focus on. But we've seen them play twice last week, and they're just a very talented team. They're athletic, but they'll turn it over. Again, most of the teams that we've played the last 2 weeks is their defense is their offense, and again, it's that will against our will to take care of the basketball, and our kids have done a great job of that all year. So if we do that and we defend, it'll really be hard. We have to rebound. And I thought last night,
Did
again,
Max lead us in rebounding?
he had 10.
Yeah, I was going to say, he was
double-double.
grabbing the ball out of everywhere.
Yeah.
Well, I think Ebler he was up there too, and he
had a nice rebounding game. He really attacked the ball. I thought he let one get away, but he really attacked the ball. And you got to be hungry for the basketball. You can't wait for it to come to you. Teams we're playing, if you wait for it, you'll watch them shoot a layup. And we've been much more aggressive towards the ball. I think we've won the battle of the boards the last 2 games in the sectional games, and that's a good starting point for us because you have to rebound.
If you had one thing you needed to stop against this team, what would you say it would be?
Well, we can't let them score easy baskets. We can't let them score out transition and turnovers, and we got to force them to turnovers, and I think we can do that. They're big. They guard the basket. They're 6'10", so you go in there, it's going to be tough to get into the layup. But those big guys have got to come out and guard our perimeter players.
Do they post him up a lot and try to dump it in there too, the 6'10" guy? Or
the
no?
6'10" guy, no, he's more of a role player. Darius Austin is their key player, the 6'7" kid, 6'6", 6'7", and Reeves, or Rivers. It's not Reeves, Rivers. But he's a left-handed point guard. He's got great range. He shoots it. So they don't have a Keaton Minor. I don't know if you remember Keaton Minor he didn't play. He graduated a year ago, but he played for 4 years, so you should remember him because I do. Because he would just, anytime he wanted to score, he'd 30 feet. I mean, he'd drill them, or he'd get to the basket, get a rebound. He kind of reminds me of the Rice kid at Illinois that played at Centennial. He was that type of player that he had the will to win.
How's their bench? Are they very deep?
They'll have athletes there. They'll always have athletes, and they'll come in and they'll use more pressure. I'm not sure they're shooters, but again, they use their athletic skills to try to speed you up and turn you over. And we've played Quacker. One of the reporters, and last night they said the score was 47-30, and it was a fast-paced game. And I thought that was a good point because it was,
Yeah.
I mean, we went after them and we forced them into full court. We made things happen, and it was. I thought it was just a good game last night.
It was a quick game. I think it was over in an hour. I mean, the first half just flew by.
And 30 points, you're going to win a lot of basketball games. I was always on Shaner when he was here. If he'd score 30, he could win more games. But basketball, 30's not going to win you a lot of games.
Gotta be
It's
able
going to
to
win you a lot of games, and so I'm. The thing is, we've played, you call it the redemption tour or whatever, and, we've had that the last, 3 games. Well, it's now their turn to be on that side of it. They're
Right.
looking for because we beat them earlier in the year. But our guys have that goal in mind, and they'll have to put that chip on their shoulder and be ready to play.
Well, good deal, Coach. Good luck Tuesday night, 7 o'clock tip-off. Prairie Capital Convention Center against the Cahokia, what is it, the Comanches?
Comanches.
Yeah. So we've seen them once before, but, both teams we like to think have gotten better over the year. So, I like our team. I like our chances, and I know they'll be ready.
Well, one last thing before I get off of here is Monday night. One of the things we're doing is we're having our athletic awards banquet Monday night. Once you get through basketball and get towards the end of the season, kids start jumping from one sport to the next, and it's really hard to get your banquets out of the way. So regardless that we're still playing, we're having our athletic banquet Monday night at the high school cafeteria. Public is invited. The meal's catered by John Gazzardo, $15, and there's, I believe, chicken, ham, roast beef,
And plenty of it.
and
Yeah.
plenty of it. I mean,
If
it's
you go away
it's
from
a
there
good
hungry,
feed.
something's
So,
wrong.
But if you're not doing anything, come on out and support the kids. And we're going to try to make it as quick as we can to get them in and out. But these kids have been an outstanding group, and we're going to take and have our awards banquet Monday night at 6:30.
6:30. You start serving at 6:30.
Start serving.
And usually about an hour and a half of
Yep.
eating, and then the awards start.
Correct.
So if you don't want to eat, can you come to the awards?
As far as I know, you can do.
Okay.
But, you know, Barry,
You'll be there at 6:30.
Oh, if I'm going,
you'll be
he'll
first
be
in
there
line.
first
Yeah.
in line.
Yep. All right, Coach. Well, congratulations, and let's keep this thing going. I know the kids are, pumped. I know you guys are ready. The coaches will have them ready, and we will see you in Springfield Tuesday night, 7:00.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for the support, people.
All right, that's Coach Alexander, the coach of your sectional champion Lincoln Rail Splitters. We're going to take a quick commercial break. We come back, we're going to have Cara Barr with us. She is the community liaison here at the Christian Village, and we'll have her on here after these messages. You're in the Cheap Seats, 96.3, WLCNonline.com.
Brings us in with Sandman. You know what I mean?
Well, we talked about it last week that we wanted to know if he had Metallica on his computers, and he didn't forget, and he did.
Look at he throws some Sandman
Yes.
at us as we come
Metallica.
back. Wow.
Good morning. Welcome back to the Cheap Seats. I'm Scott Kirby, along with my sidekick, Joe Ryan, broadcasting live at the Christian Village. And with us right now is Cara Barr. She is what is she?
Can't read that
The
word.
community liaison.
Yeah. I can't say that word either.
It's hard.
It is.
Liaison.
Liaison.
You say it. This looks French, and that's how it comes out.
It is.
And I took
French?
Spanish. And I took Spanish.
What's it French for? Like community leader? Why can't we just say community leader?
That would be
Because
easier.
that is if you say it how it's written, it just makes you sound stupid.
Especially I think that's the way that you read it.
Yeah, that's what
I have trouble with that word too. I try not to say it.
I do too. That's why I was waiting for you to say
I'm
it.
not
and
saying it.
Thanks for helping me out there, buddy. We are with Cara Barr. On our last show, we talked to Julie about Almost Home Unit. How's that coming along?
Well, the Almost Home Unit, it's a temporary, fully furnished, independent living option for people that just can't quite make it at home. Maybe they need a trial period to see, what their future holds and what they're capable of doing. She just got it up and running. She's got it fully furnished. It's beautiful. It's got new furniture, new bedding, the whole 9 yards in there. It's ready to go to welcome the next resident in there. So we're pretty excited about it.
Yeah, last time she said it was still in the works, and kind of explain what just to kind of re-educate or re-inform listeners, what do they offer and how do you go about reserving that and getting that set up?
They just need to call Julie or me. Really, it's pretty simple. They can rent it for as short a period of time as a week. It can be maybe if they're going home from the nursing home after a rehab stay, they can maybe stop here and kind of see how they're going to do at home. We do offer 3 meals a day here, housekeeping, laundry services. Somebody will check in on them periodically too. But this is independent living, so there's no nursing staff or CNAs over here. But it could be a trial period. It could be just like a respite stay. Maybe the family is going on vacation and they typically look after their mom or dad. That's a good time for them to come over here and just kind of hang out with us and have us look after them for a little bit.
That's a great idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That was all Julie.
Good job, Julie.
Well, she's not here. You can take some of the credit.
Well,
You were part of it. And your phone number? What? I was going to say that too.
Yeah.
What's the phone number?
732-2189.
732-2189. Remember that?
I've written
You
it
better
down.
put that in your speed
don't-
dial because you're going to
Hey,
need that here in a couple
listen.
months.
You see the bottom of those from there?
Yeah.
Get a good look at it, my friend.
Size 8.
Hey, it's an 11.
Oh.
When it comes up there towards you, it may look like a 14. You know what I'm saying?
It'd feel like a 20. What other kind of events do you have coming up?
Just the health department in a couple weekends. We're pretty excited. We just got a new activity program. It's called Linked Senior. It kind of lets seniors meet technology a little bit. We've got a tablet for over here on the independent living side, and then we've also got this kiosk monitor that it's got a lot of brain games, different activities that can kind of help their brain go, learning activities, things like that, some trivia. It's really cool.
That's got to be difficult to getting seniors affiliated with technology. My parents don't even know how to operate a cell phone.
It is.
And my dad can't talk to me unless it's on speakerphone. So to get these seniors kind of, I don't know, familiar with technology, that's got to be kind of a task.
It's not easy, but at the same time, we've got to look to the future because, in 20 years when my parents are coming in here, they're going to want that.
Right.
So we're trying to be ahead of the game and have things prepared for those people that already just rely on technology and rely on their computers, their tablets, and things like that. So,
well, there's got to be some, like you said, some games or something that your residents can do just to pass the time. Like. Sure, there's a bingo app or something on there that I'm sure they would like, and
I'm sure.
All that.
Well, and I don't know that this one has actual apps on it, but it's still pretty cool. It's got different trivia games and everything built into it. But I think that's the way we're heading is, getting into more technology and things like that.
Well, that just kind of sums up my next question. I don't have anything else to ask. You have anything?
Well, how many residents do you have here now? Are you at capacity?
Almost. We have room for 112 residents in the skilled nursing side and 67 over here in the independent living. Julie's got, I think, 3 more people moving in, and then we'll be full on the independent living side, and I think I've got 3 beds left over across the street in the nursing home.
And if we go, now let's go over into the, would they be called apartments?
Yes.
And are any of those open?
They technically are, but there's scheduled move-ins ready to happen. So
those are filled too.
Yep.
There's kind of maybe a waiting list.
Yes.
Just so it's
we have about 12 people on our waiting list for our memory care unit for Alzheimer's dementia, and so if anybody needs that kind of care, they kind of need to get in here quick before catastrophe strikes and they're at their wits' end and need something urgent.
I was gonna say, and I wanted to talk about that a minute. You have 12. You have how many in there now, or how many residents now in the Alzheimer's?
In the Alzheimer's unit, it holds 26 people.
And it is filled with 12
completely
people waiting?
Full, yes.
Now, what do those people do that are on the waiting list with nothing,
What do they do at home, you mean?
do they just kind of have to just wait? Or is
Yeah,
there any other options that maybe...
We're always willing to give other resources as far as other homes that may not even be affiliated with Christian Homes just because they have to have somewhere to go. But, a lot of times they hire caregivers to come in and sit with them. But it's just when somebody has any kind of dementia, it's scary because you don't want them to do anything. They don't have the, the right safety
Well, they need
ideas.
to be supervised maybe 24 hours.
Absolutely.
Obviously. And if it's hard for, children or siblings to care for them because, they have jobs and stuff to go to as well. So as long as, maybe show them some kind of outlet as they're waiting to, get into your program.
Right.
Well, I'm kind of in this industry, and, when you look at it on paper and you show it to people, and everyone looks back at it and goes, well, wow, that's kind of expensive. But, boy, it's a little more expensive when you have to actually go for care. You've saved a lot of money by having long-term care insurance. Whether you get it from me or not.
I was wondering where you were going with that.
I'm just telling you.
That's Joe Ryan
It's
Country
probably,
Financial.
I'm telling you, it's probably the most
there.
overlooked financial product that people, look through. Everybody saves well. Everybody knows how to invest. Everybody's going to have their 401k and do all this stuff. But if you don't have that in place, it can
all
really
the other doesn't matter because they'll drain that as well as.
And nobody actually wants to, come
Right.
over to the nursing home. It's just
it
sometimes it's just needed.
Yep.
But the Alzheimer's wing, that's why I wondered how many you could put in there, and it seems to be, we haven't really found a cure yet for it, right? Or
No, we haven't.
Or anything that slows it down.
No, there's drugs out there that can. They hope that it won't progress any further, or it will progress very slowly with those drugs. But there's no cure or anything right now. One can hope.
Yeah. So those numbers are probably, that waiting list is probably going to get longer.
I think so. I think that's. It just seems like there's more and more. I've only been here for a little over a year, but it seems like that's the thing. Everybody, it's just happening more and more.
If you had what would be the closest one? Like if you're wanting to go from Lincoln to the closest Alzheimer's.
Probably
place,
Springfield.
Springfield have them, but probably no open.
But they're few and far between.
Now,
there's not too many just Alzheimer's facilities, right?
There's really not. And on that question number 3 that you're skipping.
Oh, I thought we covered that.
Give me the sheet.
Well, come on. You
no.
can take that any way you want. It says here, Christian Village has always been leading edge. Well, I'm thinking technology.
Well.
Okay, well.
With the we recognize that the needs of seniors are changing as far as, more people are developing Alzheimer's and dementia and things like that. So I don't have specific details or anything yet, but we are revamping our Alzheimer's unit and our Alzheimer's services and our rehab services. So
Now,
Named after the great George Garr?
yes.
Yep.
Now, being such a, I don't want to say hot commodity, but obviously you have a full facility.
Mm-hmm.
Has there ever been any talk maybe expanding, or, are you just kind of at your limit right now?
Well, I don't know if I can answer that. We're not.
Quit pushing buttons.
Hey, that's what I do. I'm a reporter.
Like I said, we have things in the works that we're wanting to revamp some programs that we have. I think that's all I can say, though.
Well,
Excellent
so
answer.
maybe some exciting future.
Yes, our
Or-
50th anniversary celebration is next spring,
Okay.
spring of 2015. So I'm really hoping that we'll break ground on some exciting new things by then.
See? You heard it here first. Cheap seats.
Got a way to push buttons.
That's right.
Investigative reporter
Not
right
only
here.
do we cover sports, we cover the future. So
You don't by any chance know where that plane is, do you?
I don't. We had a hot discussion on that this morning, and I think you know more about it than I do.
I just wondered the way you investigative reporting that you do.
Maybe we have to, call CNN and help them out. Well, Cara, thanks for coming in. I understand you're a huge sports fan, and you had the radio on last night.
Whatever.
Listening to the game. The Lincoln Railers victorious.
Yep, sure did.
Yeah.
Let's let Cara go ahead and tell us what was some of your favorite parts of the game last
Yeah.
night.
That they won.
Oh. And how are you
That's all that
informed on
matters.
that victory?
Are you really going to...
Well,
No, but we're pushing technology. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
I
Tell
was
us.
unable to attend the game, so I got my updates on
on
Facebook.
Facebook. Now, are you a tweeter? Do you tweet?
No,
Okay.
I don't even know.
Well, there's
what
two
to do
sources
on
of
that.
information: Facebook and tweeting. So, and I don't do much tweeting either. So, I did retweet
Tweaker.
something that Lloyd Kirby put on last night, and I think that's the first time I did any tweeting in 2 or 3 years. So, I'm stepping up to technology as well.
Zuckerberg appreciates
Yeah,
that.
That's right. Cara, thanks for coming in again.
Thanks for having
Can you
me.
let them know your phone number once more, just
Yep.
if they want to contact you or Julie?
It's 732-2189.
Okay. All right. That's Cara Barr, and she's the community
I don't know
liaison.
that word.
See, I said it, liaison, and it wasn't even in French. We're going to take another commercial break, but before that, trivia question. Phone lines are open, 737-3791. When was the last time the Lincoln Railers went to state? What year? Who did they lose to? And name a few people on that team. If you can answer any of that, and
Give us your hat size.
hat size, and if you can answer any of those questions
And your name.
and your name or just your name, that's a we don't mind that either. You're going to win a large 2-topping pizza from Stuffteria, and that's what, $12, $15 value.
Good stuff.
Yeah, just calling in and say, hey, this is so and so, and make something up. We'll
Yeah.
we want to give this pizza away. So we'll be right back after these messages from our fine sponsors. You're in the cheap seats, 96.3 WLCN, online.com.
That kind of spinning my head right round.
How do you go from Metallica to that?
I don't know. Now they don't. We don't drug test at the station, do we?
I don't
I
know.
just wonder because wow, that took us for a turn there.
Good morning. You're back in the cheap seats, 96.3 FM, WLCNonline.com, streaming live 24/7 on the web, so you can listen to us anytime, anywhere.
Amazing.
And all your broadcasts are on a web, and they're also replayed on Channel 5.
Can you buy T-shirts with our faces on them?
Probably not.
Okay.
So I don't
Just
know, maybe
wondered.
that's something we could do. I'm Scott Kirby, along with Joe Ryan, once again here at Christian Village in Lincoln, up in their little library section. And
It's nice up here.
Yeah, and we've got a caller right now, Joe. Go ahead, caller.
Hello.
Hey, how we doing today?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing good. Do you have a answer for us?
Yeah, it's 2007.
Okay, and who did they lose to in the first round of the state tournament?
Chicago Marshall.
Okay, and do you know anybody on that team?
I think Brandon Farmer was there. Chick.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, And, that was Louis Schonauer. He was a sophomore. Jacob Harnicky, he was a junior. Matt Schick, Brandon Farmer, Max Posgay, Jared Buckles, Ethan Neitzel, and Josh Sutton were your seniors. Some other members of that were Alex Anderson. Wes Neese was a sophomore. Chance Fink. Ben Brackney is a freshman. So, yeah, that was a pretty solid team. That's the last time they made it to state. They lost. It was a little different thing last year. You know, the Elite Eight was at state. Now it's, Elite Eight advances to super sectional. So who are we talking with here?
It's Rod.
Rod, last name?
Clark.
Big Rod Clark.
Clark? Okay, well, hey.
Ryan.
Yeah, we got this free pizza for you. You can pick that up at Joe Ryan Country Financial. He'll have that up there for you. Thanks for calling in, Rod.
If I don't eat it first, Rod.
Yeah. Did you go to the
Thank
game?
you.
Did you go to the game last night or listen to it?
Yes, I did.
He sat right in front of us. He was down there. Big Rod Clark.
All right. Well, hey.
Hey, Big Rod, we can't hear you very well, but how many home runs you hit when you were in high school?
I don't know. A lot.
You think you hit more home runs in high school or over at the Bomber?
Probably the Bomber.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Probably the big monster wall over there. Rod Clark, he was an ex-Lincoln athlete, great baseball player. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
Didn't you hit a grand slam one time in the regional or sectional tournament?
Yes.
Yes, to win the game. Walk-off grand slam?
Yes, sir.
See, you haven't been forgotten, Rod Clark. I got an elephant trap up here. I can't remember what I did yesterday, but I remember Big Rod Clark hitting a 400-foot home run. Walk-off grand slam.
Nice. All right.
Nice job, Rod.
Thanks for calling in,
Thanks,
Rod,
Joe.
and hopefully we see you at Springfield on Tuesday.
I'll be there.
All right, good deal. That's Rod Clark.
Thank you.
Yep, you bet. Rod Clark, the winner of the large two-topping pizza from Stufferia. He's going to be able to pick that up at Joe Ryan.
We may be
Country
closed, and I'll be
Financial.
in there eating pizza.
Well, that's a good possibility.
You never know.
Yeah. Phone lines are open if you want to call in, talk about the game last night, want to talk about the upcoming game, or just call in and say hello, we're listening. Go ahead. Lines are open, 737-3791.
Obviously most of our listeners probably have been out and seen a game, but if you haven't, or you've only been out to one or two, boy, you should all go over to Springfield on Tuesday night because they're a fun group of kids to watch. The way they move the ball around, the way they play defense, the way they shoot threes, it's just they are a fun team to watch.
Yeah. We also have to give congratulations out to Bryson Kirby, freshman guard on the Raider basketball team. He's going to be advancing in the three-point shootout up in Peoria. That'll start Thursday, and if he qualifies, he'll shoot again, I believe, Saturday.
What time Thursday does he? Do you know
I think it's like 3 or 4 in the afternoon, I think. I don't know the schedule yet, but that's kind of what
you were supposed to bring me a check today, too, for my helping him with his shots. I didn't get that today, but I'll call Tammy later.
It's going to be a rubber check, and it's going to bounce all the way from your pocket to the bank, because I'm sure that's how much you charge. With your expertise. But, yeah, congratulations to him.
He's got a nice shot. Let's talk about it in a minute. He's not that tall, but, boy, he gets the ball up high above his head and shoots up top. I like it. Hit 10, right?
10, he's about averaging 10. So
led all of them.
Yeah, he's first shooter, came out, hit 10, and nobody could catch him.
That's a Country Financial three-point shootout.
Yeah.
And we've got to get some music going in the background or something. Everybody gets real quiet like you're putting in golf. Well, there needs to be some entertainment going on.
Get with Jim. He's got a whole laptop full of music.
Yeah, I don't know.
Ranging from Johnny Cash to
we'll have to interview Jim
Metallica
and his music before we do that. I'm not sure about that.
Yeah, so...
but get out and watch them. You want to talk some NCAA? We got another phone call going on?
We got a caller? Go ahead, caller.
Say it again.
Yeah, go ahead. You there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Hey, what's going on?
What's going on?
Oh, not much. Is this, who is this? Is this Ferris?
It's Ferris.
Oh.
Yeah, well, I haven't been able to call for 6 months because I've been filling in for somebody out at the rec during junior basketball.
Well, then that's why we put you there. We don't want you calling.
I kind of figured that. But, hey, I'm looking for a 9-year-old baseball player. I had one that's not going to play. I don't know if he's supposedly moving. Either that or he found out I was the coach. But anyway,
Probably the latter.
I'm looking for a 9-year-old. Got to be 9. Can't turn 10 before March 1st, so obviously he's got to be 9 now. If anybody out there's interested, it's through the Heat program, so it's a competitive baseball team, but they can just contact me, and anybody knows how to get a hold of me. So
Throw a phone number out there, Coach Ferris.
I'm sorry?
I said throw your phone number out there.
217-870-0473, or call Joe Ryan Insurance.
Well, yeah, and
Don't call there for pizza.
call Ferris. Even if it's not about baseball, just say hello. I want everybody to call.
Hey, it's all. Hey, I love the Railers as much as anyone, but it's almost that time, man.
Yeah, and you were at the game last night. Give us your thoughts real quick,
yeah.
Ferris.
I mean, it's amazing. I mean, it's it's a system, and when the system works, boy, do we look good. But when the system doesn't work, you know what I mean? I mean, it's a system. Those kids play hard. You're never, ever going to find 5 kids that play harder for the coach. And that's, a great testament to Coach Alexander and his long, successful career. And I'm just happy for Coach Alexander. I really am. You very rarely ever see him smile. And I was sitting with some of the other employees from the high school, and that whole fourth quarter, he had a smile on his face. And I've never seen that. He's been up by 20 before, and he's still serious, still on that bench, he's still working, he's still thinking. But last night, and if you watch for the last 3 to 4 minutes of that game, he was having fun. He was smiling. He was giddy with the players. He was high-fiving them, hugging them, and I've never seen that.
Well, apparently you weren't at my wedding.
Hey, you know what, Ferris? Coach Al told us this morning that the last time he smiled that big was when he found out that Kirby would be his son-in-law.
Yeah, so if you'd have been at my wedding, you'd have saw him smiling the whole night.
Well, I don't know about that.
No, I don't either. Did he go to your wedding?
Who? Neil?
Yeah.
I think he might have been. He had something to do with it.
I've known the Alexander family since the day they came here. Me and Nick Pizzardo have been friends with Jeff Alexander since the first day they got here. We ran into them the first day that they've got here, and you say what you want about Neil, but I'm telling you, when we got the Alexander family, we got one hell of a family. We really did.
All right. Well,
Can
hey,
we bleep
Ferris.
that out?
Huh?
Hey,
Can you say that on the radio?
Too bad none of them play football, but they're still good guys.
Well, I don't know that any of them are really tough enough. You know what I mean?
Oh, Jeff would knock the crap out of you. He was a horse, man.
He was.
Just think, what do you think Neil do to you?
I'm not sure he was tough enough. I don't know. Maybe if they're out there, they could call in and tell us.
Yeah, well,
All right,
I
Ferris.
definitely don't want to get tackled by it. See
Hey,
you guys.
yeah, thanks for calling in.
See
We'll
ya.
see you Tuesday night. All right.
It's-
He wants to talk some baseball, and it is warming up out there. Hopefully it's done snowing. So baseball right around the corner. I think first game start 1st of April, Lloyd?
Well, let's
Yeah.
talk high school baseball. I think that first game is supposed to be this Thursday, I believe.
Yeah. Coach Courtright getting the
Coach
kids.
Cartwright got him out there running
yeah.
around.
And he's probably missing some of his better players right now. So hopefully he's going to miss them for another week or so.
And then he's going to have to give him a week off, wouldn't you say?
I don't know.
know if I think Thursday. I haven't looked at the weather, but there's no way you could play today, could you?
Well,
I mean,
they can get that field out there is all grass. So if it's a home game, possibly. I mean, I don't think it takes much to get that diamond ready.
And I believe that we have some weather that's rolling in here. We're supposed to get some more snow or something.
Oh,
You
I
hear
had to
that?
smack you upside the head.
That's why I sat way over here. I know you got a short reach.
Oh man, little T-Rex arms here.
What-
But and go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, what about NCAA basketball? We got
NCAA,
tournament time.
It's the conference tournaments going on right now. Illinois drops a heartbreaker yesterday to Michigan. Last second shot.
Illinois came on at the end of the year and played a little better the last
Yeah.
few games, but
They're just so young and so inconsistent.
If they could have had that W against Michigan, they may have snuck in the NCAA tournament.
They would
Maybe.
have to win the Big Ten tournament to get in.
And they get in the NIT?
They possibly. I mean, it all depends how teams unfolds with the bubble breakers and all that for the NCAA tournament. Who makes the NIT? Possibly.
Give us your pick for the NCAA champion.
You don't even want it, right? Well, right now I like Florida. They're looking good.
Everybody probably does.
Yeah, that's just why I'm jumping on the back because I really don't know. It's just so hard right now. It's so hard to pick. And selection Sunday tomorrow. So all them brackets will be out tomorrow night, and You know,
All the office pools start.
all the office pools start. All my money
A lot of
donation
downtime
starts.
in the office at a lot of places.
Yeah.
There's a lot of
Yeah.
people not feeling well coming up this Thursday, even maybe Friday. They might have a 2-day flu.
You might.
You know, a lot of people calling sick.
Well, there is a lot going on this week. A lot.
Sure. Big week.
Yeah.
Hopefully it'll be nice and sunny every day, about
You just said
70.
it's supposed to snow.
No, it's supposed to snow, yeah. I think it was 6 to 8 inches
6
on
8 foot.
Thursday.
Man, if it does, I know where you live.
You can find me.
Yeah.
So what's your plans this week? Tell us if Bryson's got to go for that 3-point.
Well, we got a lot going on. We got Monday night. We got the banquet. Really encourage all fans to come out to that. Great meal, hosted and catered by the Gazzardos. Excellent. And then, obviously the awards after that. Just come out. It's in the cafeteria. Tuesday night, we're going to be in Springfield against Cahokia. Wednesday, off night, hopefully preparing for Friday.
Relax a little bit.
Yeah. Thursday, we got to be up. I don't know if the team will go up Thursday night. I don't know. Looking ahead, obviously, we got to play Tuesday. It's just kind of speculation, just the excitement of the week. But Friday night or Thursday night or afternoon, Bryson's going to shoot in a 3-point contest, and hopefully Friday we're playing at 12:15 in Peoria.
Well, as we talk about the future, and I wanted to ask this while Coach Al was here, but I forgot about it. But we were going to play the noon game Friday if we win. After we win.
If we win Tuesday.
After.
Okay, I like that. After we win, we'll play at 12:15 on Friday.
And that will be the winner of
I believe, Peoria, Notre Dame, and I'm wanting to say like Rockford Lutheran, I think. So something like that. We'll play the winner of that Peoria Super Section.
But after we get to state, either way, then we have 2 games there.
Yeah, if you make it to Friday, you're going to play Friday, you're going to play Saturday, and the worst you can do is 4th place. But we got a tough game coming up on Tuesday.
Absolutely.
Cahokia. They're like Coach said, they're very athletic. They like to get up and down the court, tall, lengthy. So Lincoln, we know we got to keep them off the boards, because if we can keep the second chance points to a minimum, our chances are better. So if we
haven't seen any big boys in the tournament run, have we? I mean, 6'7" and 6'10". We haven't seen anybody 6'4", have we?
No, we haven't. But we matched up well with the kid from Southeast, Henry. He was a big kid, athletic, can shoot. We tend to shut down superstars. We shut down Peyton Allen. We shut down Larry Austin.
Boy, Peyton Allen doesn't have a lot to work with over there, does he?
No, you don't.
We were talking about, some of the people were saying, well, Peyton Allen, he dogs it. He doesn't go hard. Holy cow, if you really watch the game, Peyton Allen has to get all the rebounds, shoot the 3, bring the ball up the court. Yeah, by halftime, he's spent. They're not very good.
No, but that's good for us. Cause
yeah.
we got 5 guys out on the court at all times that can get it done. Where
I'll tell you what, and I'm not taking anything away from the 5 starters, but when you run Ebelair in and you run what's cooking in there,
Cook.
You've removed a couple of starters, but
you're not
it's not missing a tick.
No, you pick up right where you left off.
Yep.
And it's
absolutely,
that's an excellent problem to have. And I don't think Coach has ever had that luxury of looking down your bench, seeing 2 or 3 guys that you don't have to hesitate to throw in there.
Sure.
You can even, when he even puts Cruz in, Cruz is a heck of an athlete.
And
he
a
goes
big threat
in
to
there.
those kids is the fact that they're not complaining, that they're not, everybody's not bickering among themselves and playing time. And
this has got to be, I've been in Lincoln for, 18, 19 years.
Too long, but
and this is, well, thank you for that. Thanks for your hospitality. But this is probably my favorite team, not only just because they're winning, obviously, just because of their personality, the way they are off the court. You look last night after the game, they're celebrating with their classmates. They're talking to little kids, because that's your future right there. They don't hesitate to go. You just see it, and they're very personable, and
we have good kids.
Absolutely, and that's a testament to their parents too. The parenting, how they're brought up, how they're raised, and it's a great team. I don't want it to end. Obviously, it's going to end sometime, and let's hope it's Saturday night. But it's a great team, and it's been fun.
Yep, sure has.
Well, I guess we're
speaking
out
of fun.
Yeah,
we're about out.
We've had an hour of just nothing but fun.
And I'll tell you what, I know that the people out there are disappointed. We're going off the air here, but
Hey, yeah.
what will they do
probably
with the
went
rest
off
of their
the air
day?
25 minutes ago. But thanks for tuning in. As always, I'd like to thank our listeners and especially our sponsors. Without them, this wouldn't be possible. And I tell you, hopefully we'll be back next week to talk. It will be just us next Saturday.
So tell them about next Saturday. Where
next Saturday we're going to be at the KC's for the Polar Plunge. They're going to be jumping into the ice water and / Railer Mania. So tune in next Saturday. We're going to talk to some weirdos that are about to jump in a cold lake for free.
You've been listening to some weirdos.
Yeah.
Now we're going to talk to some.
They're raising money for an excellent cause, Special Olympics. My hats go off to them. And no, I will not be running in the water.
Once you get in shape, you are going to do a show topless, aren't you? I thought we talked about
in
that.
a cold water.
No, just this summer. You're just going to give us a topless one.
We'll see. That's probably not going to happen. Probably not going to happen, but you can hope, Joe.
So I think it would entertain our fans.
That's got to be it right now. All right, thanks for tuning in to Cheap Seats 96.3 FM and streaming live on the web 24/7, WLCNonline.com.